neighborhood. That's gooey, ballyhooly, Hollywood, where any office boy or young...
Hello, Hollywood. Welcome to this morning Walk of Fame ceremony. I would also like to give a shout out to our fans watching our live video stream presented by our media partner, Variety. I'm Rana Gadban, President and CEO of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, which is presenting this program. For today's Walk of Fame ceremony, we are honoring a creative force who has his finger on the pulse of many genres in the entertainment world. Today, Hollywood honors Seth MacFarlane with the 2,600 with the 2,661st star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But before we invite him up to the stage, first, let me tell you about our honoree. Seth MacFarlane is a native of Kent, Connecticut. He studied animation and design at the Rhode Island School of Design. When he was just 24, he became the youngest showrunner in the TV history when his animated series Family Guy aired on Fox. Family Guy, which is currently celebrating its 20th anniversary, has garnered Seth numerous Emmy nominations and 4 Emmy Awards for Outstanding Voice-Over Performance and Outstanding Music and Lyrics. In addition to Family Guy, Seth serves as co-creator, executive producer, and voice actor on the television show American Dad, which is currently airing its 14th season. He also executive produced the 21st century version of Cosmos, A Space-Time Odyssey, for Fox and National Geographic. This show was seen by more than 135 million people across the globe and received 13 Emmy nominations. In 2012, Seth made his feature film directorial debut with the highest grossing original R-rated comedy film of all time, Ted, and later went on to film the sequel, Ted 2. And here's a fun fact. Seth's brand new Walk of Fame star is located near the Walk of Fame star of his Ted co-star and fellow Walk of Famer, Mark Wahlberg. Other films that Seth has worked on include A Million Ways to Die in the West, which he wrote, produced, directed, and starred in, as well as the film Logan Lucky. Up next for Seth is Universal's upcoming female ensemble comedy, Fairy Tale Ending, starring Bryce Dallas Howard and Academy Award winner Octavia Spencer. Seth recently wrapped Showtime's upcoming 8-episode limited series, The Loudest Voice, about Fox News founder Roger Ailes, which will premiere June 30th. Seth is also a very talented singer. In fact, in 2011, his debut album of standards, called Music is Better Than Words, debuted at #1 on the iTunes Jazz chart and went on to receive 4 Grammy nominations, including Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. His 2014 Christmas set, called Holiday for Swing, also debuted as #1 and was followed by another one of Seth's iTunes chart toppers called No One Ever Tells You. No One Ever Tells You. We can be louder, you guys. His #1 traditional jazz album, called In Full Swing, garnered him 2 more Grammy nominations. Seth is now gearing up to release his 5th album, called Once in a While, on April 26th. To focus his charitable efforts, Seth created the Seth MacFarlane Foundation. Through his foundation, Seth continues to be an avid supporter of science communication, cancer research, the Human Rights Campaign, Oceana, the people of the American way, and many, many others. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our honoree, Seth MacFarlane.
What do you want to do, here?
Yes. I mean, I still have a lot to say about you before we let you speak. But before we hear from Seth, we have 3 guest speakers who'd like to say a few kind words about our honoree. Our first speaker is known around the globe as a Peabody Award-winning and Emmy Award-winning writer, producer, and director who specializes in the communication of science. She's perhaps most well known for co-writing with her late husband, the great astronomer Carl Sagan, the original 1980s Emmy Award-winning and Peabody Award-winning TV series called Cosmos, A Personal Voyage, which currently holds the title of the most watched PBS series in television history. A 3rd season of this fantastic award-winning series called Cosmos, Possible Worlds, is now in production under her leadership as creator, executive producer, writer, and director, along with Seth, who's the show's executive producer. Please welcome Andrienne.
You have to stand here and listen. He hates this. But as a vice president once said, this is a big deal. I'm very, very proud to have been asked to speak about Seth, and you've already heard what a prodigy he's been in the arts and what a polymath he is. But I'd like, since I come from the Cosmos side of the family, I'd like to talk about his commitment to science, what he's done for the National Academy of Sciences to support Cosmos. Without him and without Peter Rice, there never would have been a 2nd season of Cosmos. And it's Seth's commitment to bring the awesome power of the scientific perspective to the broadest possible audience, which I think is so impressive and so desperately needed right now, more than ever. You know, I was thinking to myself, what's the connection between humor, between having such a brilliant sense of wit and such timing, and science? What can the connection be? And I realized that it's a fundamental one. Science and humor only succeed to the extent that they contain truth. And I want to say from my heart that Seth, everything that he does embodies those values. And I say more power to him, and how glorious it is that people walking on Hollywood Boulevard from now on will see his brilliant star. Thank you.
And before we introduce our next speaker, we have a few celebrities here in the audience who are here today supporting Seth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Chad Coleman, Seth Green, Penny Johnson-Gerald, Jay Lee, Jesse Gazor, Patrick Warburton, I would also like to recognize and thank our Walk of Fame Selection Committee Chair, Vin DeBona. And all of our officers in blue, our LAPD officer and Captain Corey Palka from LAPD Hollywood Division for their continued support and for helping keeping us safe. Our next speaker has established herself as one of Hollywood's most sought-after actresses. Since beginning her acting career, she has developed an impressive body of work that includes roles in both television and major motion pictures. We have seen her on the widely popular television series, That 70s Show, and as the voice of Meg Griffin on Seth's amazing show, Family Guy. We have also seen her in major motion pictures such as Bad Moms, Jupiter Ascending, Black Swan, and many, many others. She is also the loving wife of Ashton Kutcher and a very proud mom. Please welcome to the stage, Mila Kunis.
This is, okay, here we go. You're gonna stand here the whole time.
I can back away.
No, yeah, okay, a little bit, okay. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Well, this is a really nice reunion for us, Seth. We haven't spoken since I said no to tattoo. Turns out, guys, I was right.
Now it gets good.
It's really hot here, guys. Okay, it's rare that someone breaks through in comedy. What's even more rare is when someone parlays that into a career. What's almost unheard of is when someone does all that and defines the genre. With a voice that is so specific, it can instantly be identified and attributed to that one individual. Seth's voice in comedy defines our generation. The tone and tenor of the content that he creates is irreverent, shocking, and funny. In a time when boundaries for comedy are shaped by an audience that has heard it all and wholesale rejects much of which was historically considered comedic fodder. And even if you don't buy any of that shit that I just made up because I'm supposed to say something nice about Seth, believe me, he is very rare. A Seth knows no medium. What makes a Seth, you may ask? It can be found with the whiskey at any time of day, yet be completely coherent. It can be found behind a piano battling out a sweet Vegas lounge tune that only the elderly people could identify. When asked to help a friend raise money to put up lights at a local high school so they can play night football games, a Seth funds the whole thing. A Seth is the only person who does voiceover work that on record days still spends 6 hours in hair and makeup. A Seth pushes the boundaries of comedy, travels to faraway galaxies, whether through animation, stuffed animals, or aliens, a Seth always captures the heart of humanity. Some people demand respect. Seth commands respect through his talent, his work ethic, and his generosity. He is the type of leader that would never ask you to do or say anything he wouldn't do or say himself. So with that, Seth, when I get my star, you are giving a speech where you make up a bunch of nice shit about me. I am so honored to be standing here presenting you with this Lifetime Achievement Award. Guess it's all downhill from here, my friend. Congrats.
Thank you. I can't believe we're stuck at the end of this. You're so sweet to do this.
All right, one more. Last but not least, our next speaker is a Golden Globe award-winning and Emmy award-winning actor known throughout the years for his array of exceptional and memorable performances in both television and film. Among his many accomplishments as an actor, he's perhaps most well known for his charming portrayal of Boston bartender Sam Malone on NBC's iconic and multi-award-winning television comedy series, Cheers. This fabulous show ran for a remarkable 11 seasons, won 3 Emmy Awards for Best Comedy Series, and has entertained and warmed the hearts of millions. He currently stars in the NBC television comedy, The Good Place. And he's also a passionate activist who for many years has continued to contribute significantly to the wellness of human beings, animals, and our planet. Please welcome to the stage Walk of Famer Ted Danson.
I jotted stuff down on the back of my script I have to learn for tomorrow. So if my speech goes too long, I'm just going to flip it over and start working on my lines. I am so happy to be here to celebrate you. I know there are a lot of people who have worked with you over the years who know how talented and prolific you are. And then there's a smaller group of us who are here looking for work. Like myself, and I worked it out last night. If you just put me in one scene of all the projects you have lined up to do, you could keep me working until I was 97 years old. And just to sweeten that a little bit, if you put an older actor next to a young one, it makes the young actor look younger, which is a perk. So, keep me in mind. But seriously, folks, I wrote that down. But seriously, folks, always wanted to say that. I'm so happy people are celebrating how talented and, you know, you're astounding. You're writing, you're singing, you're acting, you're everything we've been talking about. You're an animator, everything about it. But what I really am happy to be able to sit here and say to you and everyone is how much I celebrate your generous heart. You are in a town that is, by and large, incredibly generous. You stand out above so many people as someone who cares about the health and the happiness of the planet and the people who live here, and I'm so grateful to be part of that. Just personally, I can vouch for what you have done for Oceania, which is something that is dear to my heart. You literally have been so generous over the years that you are responsible for hundreds of people all over the world who work for Oceania, getting up and being able to do what they love to be able to put more fish in the ocean. You are helping literally to feed the world, and I am so grateful. So, when I walk by your star, I'm going to think about your work, but really I'm going to think about your heart. And I really am so happy to call you a friend. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks so much for being here.
The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce administers the Walk of Fame on behalf of the City of Los Angeles. And today, on behalf of Los Angeles City Council member Mitchell Farrell, I would like to present a beautiful city resolution to our honoree, Seth MacFarlane. On behalf of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, we now declare today Seth MacFarlane's Day in Hollywood. It is now time for what you all have been waiting for. It's time to hear from our honoree. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Seth MacFarlane.
I love that there's a van, there's an NBC News van here, but not one from Fox. They hate the Hollywood leftists that much. I would, first of all, I'd like to thank Ann Druyan, Mila Kunis, and Ted Danson for graciously agreeing to come east of Highland to be a part of this ceremony. Just let this happen. All right. And of course, thank you to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. About 2,000 years ago Sunday, Jesus arose from the dead. About 30 years ago Sunday, I told my mom and dad that I would have a star on the Walk of Fame someday, between Josh Hartnett and the dog from Frasier. Now, of course, neither of those stories is actually true. But I do have to say, they're regretting this already. It is both an honor and an incredible inconvenience to be here. I'm thankful that so many of you either ditched work or are just unemployed and are able to come out here on a Tuesday morning at 12:30. Usually the way this works is people come up, they stand here, they give a long, boring speech, and they thank their agent. I am not allowed to have an agent anymore, so I'm not going to do that. But since we've got all these rich and famous people here, does anybody know where I could find a good college coach that I can bribe? I'm trying to get my cat into USC. Come on, this is the best part of your day. Listen, it was not easy to get where I stand now. Traffic on Highland was a bitch. I had a lot of trouble parking. But as I stand here today, wondering if I put enough time into the meter, I realize that I am privileged and humbled to take my place among a great many Hollywood notables whose names also adorn this Walk of Fame. Hollywood legends such as Donald Trump, Kevin Spacey, Michael Jackson, and Bill Cosby. And I have to ask, am I worthy? After all, the Hollywood Walk of Fame is truly the highest sidewalk-related honor a person can achieve. All kidding aside, I actually wrote that down. This honor does not belong to me alone. It is the result of decades of hard work by some of the most talented artists, writers, actors, producers, lawyers, accountants, craftsmen of all kinds, who have worked so hard to create these worlds that have had more staying power than I ever could have imagined. It is staggering how many people have helped me and how many of them are Jewish. There are far too many to name, but these people all deserve their own stars of recognition on a street. Maybe Pico would work. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Regardless, it is nice to know this star will be here forever or until I become president and somebody smashes it with a pickaxe. It truly means a great deal to me. And now let's all get to our cars because this is not a great part of town and I'm very nervous. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks.
And now it's time to unveil the star. Please help us celebrate by cheering, and let's hear it again for Seth MacFarlane.
Right here? Come closer. The second row. Come back. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, yeah. Ladies, there we go. Pop, pops. Tip down with that.
To your right, please.
Seth, you tip down. What's that? Yeah, because there's reflection. Tip down. Yeah. Everyone on your right for us, please.
Guys, everyone on the right.
Stand up top.
Oops, to your left.
One more on the right.
Look out.
Shirley.
Good speech, Seth.
Try to head to your right, please. Down right.
There we go. You alone?
Hello.
Not done.
Seth?
Seth, to your right.
On your right, Seth. Seth? Seth?
Seth, to your right. To your right. On your right. Over here, on your right.
And Seth? Seth?
Seth, on your right.
Seth, touch the star.
Seth, to your right.
It's not a Kardashian. Kid, I'm not going to do it. Good? Stand on it.
So these guys, yeah, come forward one step. You got to come forward. One step. Hey guys, chill right down there.
And everybody on your right, one time.
Your right. One standing. One standing on the star.
Just area. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Seth, to your right.
Oh yeah.
Seth, just look in here.
Down there, please.
Seth, to your right.
Right here, Seth.
Very nice, Seth.
And out front. Oh yeah.
One last time this way. Thank you.
Seth, baby. Seth, I'm bored. Oh, he's been arrested.
Oh, I appreciate that.
He's trying to block my kid.
Yeah, you bet.
Thank you.